Hey guys, this is Heather from HealthyEatingStartsHere.com. So I just got back from a very fun trip to some farm stands, and I thought I would show you what exciting stuff I got. And also, Phil and I were listening to a podcast on our trip about local grown food and how economically it makes more sense to do the centralized kind of food production that we're currently doing. And obviously there are problems with industrial agriculture, but economically the most efficient way is for people to specialize. Now, what we were thinking after we listened to this is that there are other factors other than just economics that you want to take into account, like the quality of the food that you're growing. And there are things that you can get at your local farm stands that you cannot get anywhere else. So one example that I will show you here are some purple peppers. I would never see those in a grocery store, or this, they call it a banana pepper, sweet banana pepper, and some local strawberries that have so much flavor, so much more flavor than anything you would get that's grown and then shipped. Some cherry tomatoes, some blueberries, some nectarines that are grown locally. It was funny, my mom and I were trying to decide between strawberries and blueberries, and then we were trying to decide between, there was one box that was like this big, and then there were these big ones. What else did we get? We got the most gigantic lettuce that I've ever seen. You have to see it from like all angles. And that baby was 99 cents. No better deal than that. There are also some eggplants, some onions, some zucchini, some red Russian kale. We got 3 different kinds of sweet corn to do a little corn taste test. A huge bunch of fresh basil. Check that out. Some cauliflower, some fresh dill, and some potatoes. Oh, and a cucumber hidden down there in the middle. So all in all, a pretty awesome haul. And Phil popped in to remind me that a lot of what the podcast we listened to was also about was the environmental cost of local food production, and how the difference in transportation in terms of carbon emissions and the impact on the environment, whether you eat local or not, is a very, very small percentage of the environmental cost of what you're eating, and that if you reduce your meat consumption, it has a much bigger effect than if you eat local. So all in all, I think that makes a pretty strong argument for eating a plant-based diet, and I also think there's a lot of value in eating locally grown vegetables because you can get this awesome variety as well as getting stuff that's picked super fresh, so it has the most nutrients. Okay, that's all I wanted to say on that, so I'm gonna go enjoy some fruit and veggies. See you guys.